Hey everybody, hopefully this will work. Today, I've already had the power go out twice this morning, so fingers crossed that it stays up for at least the next couple of hours. Can somebody say something in chat just so that I know that chat is working? Okay, that looks good. Wait a couple minutes for a few more folks to join if anybody does decide to join. Gives me a chance to get something to drink here really quickly. Okay, I think I'm ready to get going here. So, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening, wherever you are in the world. Um, let's see here. SFO looks like it has loaded correctly, so that's a good sign. It just got updated yesterday. So, the purpose of today's messing around live stream is to test out SFO, make sure that the update is working for one thing, but also every time I play SFO now, I'm using different settings, which I'll talk about here in just a minute when I jump into the campaign to try to turn it into a grand strategy campaign. And I kind of want to get a sense for whether or not the settings that we've landed on are appropriate for across the board for every faction. So I'm going to go ahead and jump in here. We're going to start a new campaign. I think since this update was all about the vampire counts, I think is what got the most updates in this version of the SFO from when I glanced at the patch notes. I think I'm going to go ahead and give them a try. This will be a good way to test out the update for SFO. So I'm just taking a quick glance at this, and I don't see anything here. No recruitment cost for Graveguard and Black Knights. Okay, that's new. I don't remember that being the case in vanilla. I think he reworked the Blood Kiss system. I forget what those are called now, but anyway, and I think they've added some new units if I remember correctly. Okay, so new recruitment cost, and then the upkeep is reduced for Graveguard and Black Knight. So obviously we want to fast track getting some Graveguard into our armies here. We have mastered the Black Arts. Yeah, I think most of the rest of this looks pretty normal. We'll go ahead and take a look at the settings here. So for campaign difficulty here, legendary very hard. I feel like this, I thought these used to have different names. I thought that SFO changed the labels, but now it looks like it's going back to the vanilla here. But anyway, that's what we want, legendary very hard. And yeah, I think I want Iron Man mode off, but other than that, everything else is set to the usual default of everything being... Wait a minute, that's not... That needs to get set to that. Yeah, we need the AI stats modifier set as high as it'll go. Is that... Now that I'm looking at this... Did they change this in vanilla, or is this the way that it's always been? Or does SFO change it? Because I'm not sure why it wasn't set all the way to maximum. All right, well, anyway, I'm not going to worry about it. Let's go ahead and jump in. I will do my best to glance at chat as often as I can. Obviously, when I'm in battles, it's going to be a little bit more sporadic. Okay, well that's a pretty good sign. Looks like it's loaded in correctly.
I am the god of inexhaustible blood, and I shall have my way.
Okay, so I'm not using any mods at all other than SFO itself, so I'm going to have to change my camera settings, and I guess that's probably the only thing I have to do here right away. This looks bloodlines. That's the word I was trying to think of a minute ago. So that all looks pretty normal right there. This looks pretty normal. We start out at war with the Dune Kingdoms, and we have a single mission to engage the enemy for 500 dark favor. Okay, so let's take a look here at our starting army. We've got... You know what? Let's go ahead and beef this up. We do have... We've got 2 units of Graveguard, 2 units of Black Knights, which is really good, obviously, considering the upkeep reduction that we get. So those 4 Knights are going to be the backbone of our army, plus heroes. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and, before I forget to do it, I'm going to check on heroes here. So we cannot recruit any more heroes. All right, so anyway, I mentioned the SFO settings here. What we want to do is we want to alter the pacing. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. We want to cut research in half. We want to reduce health replenishment. Construction and recruitment and growth. I left those at normal, I believe. Experience gain, I believe minus 25% was the sweet spot for that. Armies movement, we want to be minus 50%. Now, I know this came up in discussion about, is this too overpowered? I personally like it, but obviously there is the minus 25%. Let's test it out with minus 50% and see if that continues to work. If that gets to be too debilitating, we can always change it to 25%. We want our wounds time to go up by 4. Province control can be fine, can be the same. Battle speed, we want to be slow, minus 25% melee damage, charge bonus, projectiles damage, and spell mastery. So that's just going to slow the battles down a bit. Garrisons, we want to be stronger. Now, I thought that maybe this actually did something with the units themselves, but apparently not. All it does is give buffs, I guess. So plus 25% melee damage, charge bonus, projectiles damage, and spell mastery, plus 10%, or I'm sorry, plus 10 leadership and 1,000 siege points. So that works for me. Characters, we want them to be normal, healing capacity, normal, siege type, default's fine, and magic is fine. Okay, so there's our overall pacing. This recreates the grand strategy set of mods that we normally use. And the one thing that this does that they don't do, I have never yet found a mod that reduces the research rate. I've seen a bunch of mods that speed up research, but for some reason nobody's created one that slows down research, which is, I think, unfortunate. The reason why I think it's good to slow down your research rate is because it makes investment in things like increasing your research rate and steel technology and things like that, it makes that much more valuable, much more meaningful. Okay, so we got ourselves a White King here. He has a Crypt Rider. Ooh, that's pretty nice right there. Unstoppable charge. I don't even know what that does, but that's pretty good. Unstoppable charge for all Black Knights, considering that we already provide benefits to our Black Knights. Oh, you know what I need to do is I need to change my camera settings here. So we're going cinematic, cinematic. Allied factions low. Enemy factions cinematic. And neutral factions high. Okay. And now let's take a look at our Black Knights here. So they should have unstoppable charge. Maybe it doesn't show up until... Yep, right there, okay. When attacking braced charged defenders, this unit only loses half of its charge bonus. Okay, very good. Yeah, we'll take that. Sounds good to me. Now, I'm awfully... I'm really bad with cavalry charges, so I'll do the best I can with them, but I plan to lean more into Graveguard than I do Black Knights, most likely. Okay, bloodlines-wise, we obviously... Ooh, Knight Court Supremacy. Well, we'll check that out later when it becomes more meaningful. We only have a single blood kiss here. So obviously we're not going to be able to do anything with this again until 3. That's normal. All right. We do have rights that we could do. And this is interesting. The rights require blood kisses instead of money. Interesting. Okay. Calls terror for Graveguard, Black Knights, and White King. That sounds really useful. I don't know that we're going to need it right away, but that's good to know about it. Income from all buildings, 200%. Local recruitment capacity, +2. Rights, blood kiss cost, +1 for duration. So during the duration... Okay. I presume it only means for this one turn instead of the 20-turn cooldown duration. So it just means that these would all cost 2 blood kisses then, if we were to do this. And it looks like every one of them has that same effect. Okay, oh, hello. So this also is going to benefit Graveguard and Black Knights. Frenzy could be interesting. Winds of Magic changing in strength. Increasing in strength when changing. Okay, that's good. Spell resistance. Okay. I mean, not bad. I don't know that I want to use a blood kiss on these things right away. If anybody has any experience, by the way, with playing the vampire counts in SFO, please feel free to give me advice. I think I'm going to hold off on doing anything right now, at least until I get a sense of what they've got here. They've got some Ushabti. Other than that, nothing particularly strong there. And of course, we can buff our own army here, and I don't really see any reason not to. That's going to cost us... That's actually going to cost us quite a bit. I'm not sure that we really need to do all that. What do they have here? They've got some skeletons, a couple skeleton archers, 7, and right here, I don't exactly know how strong that's going to be. I think what we'll do... Let's take a look here. Okay, we don't have any military buildings here, so we can't recruit anything special. I could recruit in another lord, because obviously, okay, you can already tell we're not going to have enough movement to reach Bagar this first turn. So that's obviously one way that the changes that we've made in the settings here have impacted this campaign. I think what we're going to do... We're going to want to finish our turn over here so that we're going to be close enough to attack next turn. I guess maybe we'll add... Let's add some skeletons. It's a little bit more than 1,000. And pretty soon we'll be researching technologies that buff them anyway. So we've got basically 2... Graveguard, 2 skeleton, 2 of everything. Well, except for direwolves and Vargeist. Oh, no, we only have a single skeleton spearman. Oh, anyway, it's fine. Okay. Let's go ahead, check our diplomacy out before we launch the first battle here. Okay. These guys, vampire counts. Yeah, let's do it. Let's see how much they would give us. 586. They're at war with Kimry. And also the Dune Kingdoms, who we're also at war with. Let's go ahead and we'll take that money. And no, I don't really want to make nice with the followers of Nagash. Vampire counts only, please. Nope. And okay. Alrighty, so I think we're about to launch our first battle here. Let's go ahead and do it. I don't really think there's anything. Yeah, actually, there is one thing that we could do. We could launch a right. Do we care about this? It's only going to last for one turn. I don't think we're going to need this for this first battle. So let's just go ahead and jump right in. Fight our first battle here. It says a close victory. I feel like Ushabti is the only good unit they've got there. I feel like the Tomb Guard are decent. All right. Well, anyway, I still feel like we can do better than a close victory, but we'll see what happens. Welcome, welcome, anybody who has recently joined the live stream. Okay. I don't really see much reason to get fancy here. Let's put the Graveguard in the middle. We don't have any ranged units at all. They do have the Ushabti back there who are going to be able to shoot at us. So we probably want to get in on them as quickly as possible. Here, let's get you guys in the middle here. Then one of you on... Oops, no, did that wrong. One of you over here. One of you over here. Wait a minute. What did I do with the Graveguard? Right here. That's what I meant to do. Okay, so you right there. You kind of in the middle for now. Skeletons and then zombies on the flanks for now. I'll get you over here. You over here. And you guys flying right here. And then the two of you here in the middle. Okay, works for me. Start battle. Let's see if they come towards us. They're not. Okay. All right, that's fine. We'll go towards them. Oops, who did I forget over here? The Black Knights. Barrow Guardians. Where on earth did they come from? I have no idea what those guys... where they came from. Well, you know what? We're going to charge them in right away. Everybody else, except them, can walk. Let's give them a chance to get ahead. You're going to get shot to pieces. You guys are too. Let's get away from those Ushabti great bows. Okay, where... You guys are slowly working your way through. That's fine. Okay, shoot... Are they shooting the dogs? That's fine. They can shoot the dogs all they want to. Let's get you guys around behind. Let's get you around behind. Are you guys in front yet? Not quite. Keep going. Okay. Yeah, zombies are going to be pretty darn slow, I presume. Okay. Move back. You guys move back. Alright, let's go ahead and get Manfred casting on him. And let's get you forward here as well. Okay, Graveguard on them. You guys over here. You guys around like that. You guys now charge in there. You guys charge in here. You guys smash into them. That's good. You can go ahead and help out now as well. Now, you guys go ahead and get in here. Yeah, go ahead and hit them from behind right there. Okay, how are we doing? Is everybody engaged? Looks like it. Okay, we've locked in on... Hey. On them. Thank you. Okay, let's go ahead and pull you back. We'll cycle charge you. You guys try to get around behind in on them. You do the same. You do the same. Let's go ahead and get you hitting them from behind, and you can help out right here. Okay, now you guys can go ahead and charge back in. All right, how are we doing here? We're doing okay. Don't really want to worry about that right now, but what we will do is we will go ahead and do some extra damage to the enemy lord there. Okay. Yeah, they are just about broken. You guys stay on them. You guys reform over here. Okay, I certainly think we're going to do better than a close victory. All right. Stay on him now. This does not do damage to me, so I can go ahead and activate it. All right, right here. Yeah, stay on them. Okay, you guys go ahead and charge. Can you charge into somebody from behind? Try to get in on them, I suppose. Okay, right here. This is going to be the toughest one. The Tomb Guard there. They're going to hold out for a while. Looks as though... Okay, they're disintegrating now. That's good. These guys are just about to go. These guys are still holding on, though. Ooh, and look at this. Manfred is taking quite a bit of damage here. Okay, let's go and get you guys helping out over here now as well. Okay, looks like the Ushabti are crumbling. The Tomb Guard... Oh, wow, look at Manfred. Holy cow, man. He's pretty bad shape right there. All right, now they're all going. Let's go ahead and cycle charge with you again. Right here, they're about to go, so I think what I can do is get you guys around over here. You can... Nope, nope, nope. Like this. You guys can hit them from behind. He is disintegrating, but he's taking his sweet time doing it. Okay, you guys hit them. Okay, there we go. That should probably pretty much do it here. Don't really want to hit these Tomb Guard. You know what? Let's get these Grave Guard helping out here. The White King has definitely held his own. That's good. Yeah, Tomb Kings are no joke. I agree with that. Still, they look like they had a fairly weak army, but of course we have to remember we did give them every buff known to mankind. So that's why this Tomb King unit is still holding on, although his leadership has finally dropped down. Wow, they do not disintegrate quickly, do they? I think it's safe enough to go ahead and do this now. Okay, there we go. I don't think I need to save the replay. I will, just in case. Nah, I don't think so. Still, feel like that's a lot better than the close victory that it would have given us if we auto-resolved. Nope, apparently not. Still a close victory. Really? That doesn't feel like a close victory to me. Okay, anyway, we got not great rewards here, but it's fine. I think I'll take the... Oh, this is interesting. Murdered Captives gives a cooldown to spells, battle healing cap, and miscast base chance. That's going to be good for future reference. It's not really a big deal this early in the campaign, but... oh, and then actually that's pretty good right there. I might actually take the... Yeah, I'm going to take the army replenishment. That looks pretty significant right there. Most of our units are going to be back to full strength. I like that. It actually makes that option worth taking. Okay, so then we got our mission successful. And we got a shield of Tolos, okay. And we need to occupy Bagar there. That's fine. Spin our camera around here. Okay, so like I said, we're not going to be able to reach to attack this turn. It's fine. We can... We don't have an encampment stance, which allows us to replenish, but it's not a big deal. Manfred himself is the only unit that needs any replenishing at all. I think what we'll do is raiding. I think we're going to be close enough to reach next turn. So if we do raiding, we'll get some experience out of it, get a tiny little bit of favor, dark favor out of it. And then, meanwhile, here at Kasabar, I'm pretty sure I'm going to want to upgrade this building because I do want to unlock necromancers. This would be a nice to have for sure. We can't afford it currently. I could if I canceled that. This is, I've got to remember, this is not going to be a growth building. This is actually going to be income and control. Really? That feels weird. Okay, well, that's what it says. Then we could also do income generation right here. Control and leadership and vampiric corruption. This actually reduces our growth. This is where we get the growth. Okay. All right. Well, we know we want growth. If I can get another 170 in money from somebody here, it might be worth doing. So, like the followers of Nagash here, Knights of the Flame. They're a minor faction. I don't love getting into agreements with minor factions that belong to another race. However, nope, they wouldn't even give us enough anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. All right, never mind. I'm going to cancel this for now, and then I'm going to go ahead and build this instead because we want that 300 per turn. That's going to take 4 turns to build. This will take 2 turns. Now I want the necromancer as quickly as possible, and then I'm not going to unlock the banshees or the white kings until level 3. And where do I unlock my vampires from? Let's go ahead and take a look here. Okay, vampires. There's no search field here. All right. Vampires, where are you? There you are. Okay, vampire crypts. That makes sense. And we can't do that until level 4. Okay. That's fine. We'll get there eventually. All right, I think we're probably about ready here to end our first turn. Let's do our research really quickly. I think we're going to do this. See, right now you can see our research rate is 60, and it's taking 9 turns to do this. Obviously way, way longer than it is in vanilla. We could do one of these. Casualty replenishment rate for bloodline units. Upkeep minus 5% for bloodline units, and experience gain. Okay. So let's talk about those bloodline units again. So this is what they have added in SFO. Unit capacity Scarlet Knights. Here, I guess that makes more sense for me. Just look at this third level here for each of these guys. So unit capacity +4 Scarlet Knights. Unit capacity +8 for Sylvanian Crossbowmen. Now that's vanilla. The Sylvanian Crossbowmen you can get in vanilla, but I feel like Scarlet Knights, I don't recognize those. So are they new or are they in vanilla and I just am unaware of it? It could be either one. This is Border Mercenaries. This is Spellbreakers. Interesting. Scythe Infantry. They don't look spectacular, but they must have something here. Well, why are they called spell? Oh, spell resistance 40%. That's why they're called spell breakers. Okay, fair enough. And then Feral Strigoi. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? We'll get to those later. Obviously, we can't do any blood kiss, unlock any bloodlines just yet. All right. So back to the technology. Which one? Okay. We've got destruction here, melee and missile weapon damage for bloodline. Okay. So all of these look like they're only going to affect bloodline units. That's fine. I approve of that. That makes sense. Okay. Yeah, we're going to go ahead and do this for now because I don't know how long before we unlock bloodline units. And I've already checked the diplomacy. Yeah, I think we're ready to go ahead and end our first turn here. Now, I am going to probably do a few auto-resolves here moving forward just to try to get a little bit deeper into the campaign than I normally do in my Let's Plays because I usually fight every single battle. Welcome to everyone who has joined recently. Video is just what it says on the tin. We're testing out SFO, which just updated yesterday, which is quite exciting. I've been looking forward to it. Okay, so all they did was put a Lord here in Bagar. I'm feeling like that's not going to stop us. Okay, where are you guys headed? I don't really love you trespassing. Okay, I think we're going to go time of balance here. I don't really want to give any unfair modifiers. And let's just hope, cross our fingers. Yes, indeed, we can reach. We could do Raise Dead here. Yeah, we might as well. Let's take one more skeleton. I don't really see why not. And we know for sure we're going to attack right here. Let's just take a look at this. Kasabar has... Okay, the garrison is actually in pretty bad shape. Not sure why they're starting at less than full health. Is this garrison? This garrison's at full health. Nope, they're at less than full health as well. That must be something weird that SFO does to change up garrisons that causes it to be like that. But it's fine. It should only last a turn or two. I'm going to risk... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? Let's just take a look at them and... Oh, never mind. Yeah, we got a non-aggression pact. They're obviously not going to attack us. They are headed down... I don't know. Probably towards Kimry, I would guess. No, Kimry is north. Don't know why they're heading down this way. Doesn't really make a whole heck of a lot of sense, but whatever. Okay. At least I know that they're not going to attack me here. I do want to make sure that we get this built, so I don't want to forget about it. And let's just go ahead and launch our second battle here. Now, I think I'll auto-resolve this unless... Yeah, decisive victory. I was going to say, unless it looks like we're going to lose... Yeah, we're not going to lose any units. Shouldn't lose too much in the way of casualties. Again, I don't normally ever do this. But I want to get a little bit farther into the campaign than I would get just by fighting every battle manually. Let's go ahead and occupy it. Okay. And, of course, we captured... We have our mission successful here. We got the Iron Curse icon. And a corpse thief. Okay. And now it wants us to conquer Antok, so we get all of Shifting Sands. Well, we can do that. That'll be my next target, in fact. All right, and we did encounter some more factions here. We found the Sentinels and Cult of Sigmar. Okay, so this is interesting. So here's Volkmar, right up there. He's actually on the other side of Dune Kingdoms from us. So I don't really need to worry too much about him for the time being. What we really need to do is just beeline straight over here to try to take Antok before they start reinforcing it. Okay, meanwhile, we have a little bit of money here. I don't see any reason to not go ahead and... Yeah, we can afford both of these. The thing is, that does preclude us from being able to do any more recruitment this turn. but it's fine. I think our army is going to be strong enough to take that. Let's go ahead and give you... Normally, I always take... Yeah, I'm still going to take the Restless Dead. I was almost going to take the Hunger, because it's just so good. Alright, now you... This is new. Unit experience gain per turn plus 200 own armies in region. That's, Don't love it, but it's fine. And then we already start out with Grave Bodyguard. Oh, that's... Okay, that's where we got it. So it just automatically summons in. And they last permanently. Okay, that's good. All right, yeah, we'll keep that. And then we have to be level 20 before we'll get this. Okay, that's fine. I think what we're going to want to do... This, taking 3 points in Esteemed Combatant only increases AP weapon damage by +3 when defending. That seems awfully weak to me. Aura of Supremacy, a little bit better. And Evasion, enabled if losing melee combat. It's conceivable that we could be losing melee combat. Let's take it. It's kind of a defensive mechanism that we won't always need, but it'd be nice to have it if we ever do. Okay. And so with the money that we have left, recruit units. We could recruit a single zombie unit. I don't really think we need to. If I go back here to the settlements, public order-wise, we're not looking fantastic, but it's fine. I almost probably would be happy to have a rebellion. And I can't afford another lord just yet, but we'll get one soon enough. And we have 2 blood kisses. Okay, let's go ahead and check our diplomacy out again really quickly. Arachnos, okay. They're at war with the dwarfs, with the Thorek.
I am ready.
Not really anything interesting going on there. Okay, I think we're going to go ahead and do another intern here. I do like how fast the interns go here at the beginning of the campaign. Now, for anybody who missed our settings here at the beginning of the campaign, we're using this SFO settings right here to slow everything down. So, yeah, we're not going to be able to reach Antok in one turn. It's going to take us 2 turns, most likely. Okay, he changed his mind. He was moving southward last turn. Now he's back northward. Okay. So we got this built. This is good. This means we can recruit a necromancer. We already know we're not going to be able to reach this to attack this turn, so I'm going to go ahead and recruit the necromancer right here. In fact, we can recruit 2 of them. Okay. Vampiric corruption for the local province and speed. This is, I always like looking at the different traits in SFO because they're all new. Well, I shouldn't say all new, but many of them are new or at least modified. Okay, so steel technology. This would be good if I wanted to make one of them a field agent, I suppose. And then malevolent. Post-battle chance of stealing a magic item. For the enemy characters. Okay, that's fine. Missile resistance and cooldown to Gaze of Nagash. I think... This is why I slowed down the technology research, is to make things like this more meaningful. So we're going to take him, Dirk Bachman, and we are going to rename him to be Agent. In fact, I want to make it very clear that he is here to research technology, to steal technology. So we're going to call him, let's call him Intel Agent Dirk Bachman. Okay. And That way I will know to use you to steal technology. And then one more. We can do... I think we'll do deranged. That works for me. And we'll put you in Manfred's army next turn. Now, we do want to make sure that we can get there within 2 turns. If I cross into his territory, I won't suffer attrition, but I also won't replenish. He's got 10 units. We don't know how strong. Let's find out how strong. Assault garrison for 400. Let's not actually assault the garrison, but let's go ahead and move closer anyway. So it does appear as though our agent can move farther than our army can. If we take a look here, did I just... No. Why is my... Oh, for some reason, I thought that Antok was westward, but no, it's south. Okay, I keep trying to spin my camera, and it's not spinning. That's why. Okay, I got all turned around. All right, so anyway, yeah, we... If we move to here, I think it's fairly likely that we'll be able to reach next turn. We can go ahead and do some extra winds of magic, which we desperately need. And we're going to get a little bit of replenishment. Now, with the money that we have, there's nothing to build. We could do Raise Dead, but I don't really need to do that just yet. I don't think he's going to attack us. But what we do want to do, let's go ahead and get another Lord. We're going to burn through our money here really quickly. I think I want probably a Vampire Lord. Overlord wins a magic power, reserve, control, and physical resistance. That's pretty good. Or passive ability, Overzealous Speed. This is enabled if hit points greater than 50%, so he starts with it, so he's just faster. That's not bad, but I think I'd rather have Overlord. So we're going to take him. Boom. And wow, look at how much money that just burned through. Okay, and then you can also recruit... We can't recruit any skeletons, but I could recruit zombies. But there's really no reason to, because I could probably recruit zombies. Nope, actually, there are none to recruit. Never mind. Okay, we'll recruit zombies then. And just having the extra Vampire Lord will be useful for purposes of this battle. Okay. And over here, not over there, over here... I don't think he's got an army over here. How is he looking in terms of his overall strength? Not great. Okay. We certainly have the advantage over him. So he's probably not going to last long. And I've already looked at our settlements. Nothing to do there. Let's check our diplomacy here really quickly. Leaf Cutters tribe? No. It's the same. I have the same attitude towards all of those minor factions that are not of the same race as us. I'd have to be pretty desperate to make non-aggression pacts with them. Okay, I think then we're going to... I could, again, do a Blood Kiss, but maybe I'll do this prior to the battle next turn. Let's go ahead and end our turn. Anybody in chat wants to give any advice or requests or anything at all? Just let me know. I will say I'm not having too much trouble keeping up with the chat so far. Kind of a lazy Saturday morning here. The good news is SFO does seem to be working so far. At least it hasn't crashed. Okay. Now, where's my field agent? Intel agent. There you are. Okay. So you cannot reach to steal technology down here prior to that battle. So we're going to go ahead and move you this way. You can try to steal technology over here. Ooh, hello. Okay, then. Very interesting. There's Volkmar, and he's going to take Plain of Tuskers. Wow, look at that. They're up to 11 units now in addition to that garrison. So they've got 22 units. That is plenty strong. Definitely plenty strong. Now, we'll give ourselves an extra skeleton. We're at 14. Up here, can you recruit any more? Nope. We can do no more raising of the dead. If we look at their units, they do have those Ushabti there. That's unfortunate. I don't see any Tomb Guard.
My faith in your ways.
We don't really know what they've got in that army. Well, we're going to go ahead and do this. So let's go ahead and move down here, encircle it.
Bring war.
This says valiant defeat. Ooh, hello. That's a little stronger than I was expecting. They've got 7 Nehikaran warriors. Well, we're going to go ahead and encircle it. We countered the bloody hands. Okay. Let's, and you can't reach. If I put you in march stance, you can reach. So we'll give you the zombie. We're going to give you guys, we're going to put you in the army. Now we're at 16 versus 22. This is interesting. We're replenishing even though we're in enemy territory. Is it because I'm in this stance? No, I don't think so. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, and then you, like I said, you can't reach, but we'll get you closer anyway. All right. And then you've already moved, so that's all the movement that we can do. Settlements-wise, we're doing fine. We have enough money that if we could recruit more, but through raising dead, I would. But unfortunately, there are no more to recruit. Okay, let's go ahead and now we've got Pyrrhic Victory. Let's take a look at what this would do with an auto-resolve. Okay. That's a lot. It's a lot of casualties. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to now invoke one of our rights. Let's test this out. So we could cause terror, or we could give them frenzy. Base weapon damage, AP weapon damage, melee attack, and charge bonus. And immune to psychology. I feel like that's probably better than causing terror. So if I do this, we're going to lose 1 Blood Kiss, and then presumably the cost of these others will go up to 2, which means we can't do both Blood Moon and True Night, but we're going to find out. Okay, so we lost a Blood Kiss. And sure enough, they now cost 2. Okay, so we understand this. Makes sense. So now we've got Frenzy. Still Pyrrhic Victory. If we auto-resolved, we lose all the same units. It should just be a field battle here, yeah. Now, they completely dominate us with ranged weapons. That's my big concern. I wonder if I should siege them for a turn. Or I wonder if they would sally out and attack. I guess there's no real advantage to it. Except that we would replenish and they would suffer attrition. I'm going to try it because I think if they sally out and attack us, if we win the battle, they will all disintegrate anyway, which would still give us the chance to occupy. I'm just concerned about all of those ranged units. We do have the knights. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and fight it. let's go ahead and fight it. That happens to me a lot where it takes me a couple of moments to psych myself up enough to launch the attack. I have psychological scars from doing that in the Malekith campaign and being defeated by dwarfs over and over again. Alright, so the good news is they don't have any Tomb Guard this time. We'll go ahead and start deployment. Now, what we want to do, let's get zombies on the ends, the grave guard in the middle. And this is going to be our front line then, nice and wide. Okay, so I'm putting you all on 4 in a locked control group. Now you guys, your job is going to be to get around behind. We'll do the same thing with you. So all 3 of you are on 5. And then you're on 6. I'm going to put you over here for now. And then Manfred and the White King will send you into the melee fight wherever you're needed. Skeleton Horsemen. Okay, let's go ahead and start the battle. Let's see if they come towards us at all. We do have a little bitty bit of power reserve. Okay, it doesn't look like they're coming our way. They're just kind of redeploying over there. So we'll start walking forward. Oh, I forgot about you guys. Yeah, let's get you guys running up here into the front. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get you all the way over here. And I'm going to add you to 4 as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and speed up. Now, you know what I'm going to do is I'm going to get Manfred over here on this side so that he can use his Spirit Leech on King Nectanabo. And you guys need to get forward a little bit here. And let's get our 5s a little bit more like this. Actually, you can get a little closer. Okay, 4s. You can come up to here now. Manfred. Go ahead and Spirit Leech. You guys get forward a little bit. Okay. Yeah, we want to be very cautious about how we do this since they do vastly outnumber us. He's going to start shooting at us. Okay. Changed my mind. I'm not going to do that just yet. Oh, reinforcements. I forgot. We have another Lord. Yep, let's get you up here. Okay. I think I can speed up and wait for us to get into our positions here. It looks like they're going to allow us to just keep walking forward, so let's go ahead and do that. Let's take our 4s here. Let's walk them forward to here. Are you over here on the side yet? Yes, you are. Okay, just outside of their range. That's good. You guys get ready here. I would say you can move up to here. I'm actually going to move you a little bit behind the others. Okay, now back over here. All right, let's get you over here. White King. Oops, I left you way behind. That was dumb. Let's get you over here. You did really well last time. You're not very fast, but I think I want you in front. Okay, and finally now, the Vampire Lord, he's got a ways to go still. Let's get him up here. Okay. Almost ready to launch the attack. All across, all up and down. Let's just wait for the Lords to get a little closer there. Okay. We do now have plenty of Winds of Magic. Let's go ahead and do this. You could probably throw a heal on Manfred. Let's go ahead and get all of you guys charging forward now. What was that all about, game? I'd really like them to actually charge, you know, the guys right in front of them. What are you guys? Okay, this is not going to work, is it? All right, we'll do it the hard way here. Not sure why that didn't work better. Okay, 5s, you guys go ahead and start running forward. Okay, you on them, you on them, you on them, that's fine. You on them, right here. Take them out. Now, you on them, you can go ahead and try to get in there. Okay, Manfred, get buffed. And continue to go after him. And then the White King, I want you to try to get in on him. Okay, right here. You guys, yeah, take out those skeleton horsemen. You get in on them. You get in on them. You get in on them. You guys should be able to win that pretty handily, I would hope. Okay, right here, let's go ahead and Spirit Leech again. And let's go ahead and... Oh, it's going to take a little while for us to be able to cast another Invocation of the Heck, but it's fine. How are we doing right here? We should be able to destroy them. We do have... Okay, let's get you now out of there. You should be engaging them. You guys, go ahead and break free. Let's ignore those skeleton horsemen now. You guys on them. You guys now on them. All right, how are we doing here in the middle? I think we're up. We took care of the enemy lord. That's excellent. Let's go ahead and get Manfred running over here. You guys go ahead and get over here now. We're doing okay. We're doing just fine. Okay, 5s. I want 5s. Actually, you know what? You guys can charge into the back over here. You guys finish them off. You stay on them. Okay, we're about to lose our zombies over. Why does this... Oh, yeah, we're about to lose skeletons and zombies. That's fine. Okay, Manfred, how are you doing here? I would say what we need to do is do a throw heal on Manfred. I feel like, yep, I managed to miss that. That was not good. Okay, let's take care of them. And then also, like I said, well, never mind. I'll throw a heal later. We are losing quite a few units here. You go ahead and get over here. It's fine, though. As long as we're only losing skeletons and zombies, I'm not too worried about it. But we're definitely not doing quite as well as I had hoped with our melee units. You are expendable. You can just keep fighting them. Okay, how are we doing over here? It's those Ushabti look like they're doing really quite well against us. And then the Nehikara warriors are doing pretty well as well. Come on, come on. Keep on them. Destroy them. You guys. Graveguard, I kind of want you guys to be doing a little bit better than this. How are we doing over here? We're losing ground. Come on. Come on now. What are you doing? Fight them. That's what I keep asking you to do. Okay. Let's see here. Go ahead and fight them. You on them. And right here. Okay, let's go ahead and get a heal on him again. Yeah, we're suddenly not doing nearly as well in this fight as I was hoping to. I might get my butt kicked here by by these Tomb Kings. Wow, we lost everybody over there. Holy cow. All right, this is looking worse and worse. The tide here has turned for sure. Let's get you over here. Wow, I'm going to lose this battle. Oh, no! All right, well, I shouldn't have attacked, I guess. Death embraces my lord. Well, that makes for a pretty unsuccessful offensive. These zombies are still going strong. Yeah, wow. Holy cow, these Tomb Kings were a lot tougher than I was expecting them to be. I guess that's what happens when you give all the buffs that we gave. I wonder if I overdid it on the buffs that I gave to the AI. And why are my zombies still alive? Just taking them a long time to disintegrate. Okay, so obviously not my finest hour here, that's for sure. I wonder if maybe the reason why the buffs were not at the very highest setting, the AI buffs were not at the very highest setting, is because it's not recommended to use them on this very high setting. Well, I like a challenge, and so I'm pleased to see how difficult it is. Definitely harder than vanilla, that's for sure. Okay, wow. In only an hour, I managed to lose my only army in just over an hour. We really barely even... Wow, holy cow! Wow, look at how well they did. My goodness. Now, I know those Nehikaran warriors are better than your average skeletons, but I did not expect them to be that good. We actually were looking just fine at first. And then those guys got involved. Let's look at their stats here. I guess I can't really look at them from this screen. Wounded. Oh, he must be immortal. Stolen by the enemy. Killed in battle. Okay, yeah, let's take a look here. They're 37-27. Weapon strength 40. That just, to me, they are anti-infantry. So how much bonus are they getting? We're getting an extra 10 here against infantry. It's got to be... They're not that strong. It's got to be the buffs. Okay, so Manfred here is going to... Oh, he can't even...
Yes, misery awaits.
I can't switch to march stance. So he's going to come out and attack us, I presume, right away. Well, that, you know, if it happens, it happens. Okay. Meanwhile, now we at least have a little bit of money here that we can go ahead and do another recruitment here. I think this time we'll try... Let's see what else we have available here. Growth, Raise Dead... A ghoulish physician. He's cheaper. Predator, Undying Hunter, missile resistance and physical resistance for crypt ghouls and crypt horrors. Vampire Lord. This is a Prowler and Black Tyrant. Okay, so that right there is what we want. That Black Tyrant. That'll be good once we're able to start recruiting some Graveguard. Okay, boom, there you go. And we're out of money again, so we're not going to be doing any more recruiting. But we have enough money that we will be able to recruit next turn. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do another intern here. Wait a minute, I want to turn this on so I'm reminded of it. Okay, that's just to finish shifting sands here. Okay, we're going to do our intern. Yep, there goes Volkmar taking Plain of Tuskers, as expected. Interesting, the Dune Kingdoms did not come out to attack us. I wonder why. Okay, so the Wandering Scholar here. An Arabian scholar seeks an audience offering to share forbidden knowledge in exchange for safe passage through your lands. His intent is unclear, but his lure is tempting. We can grant him passage, which increases our research rate. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to talk a little bit more about the theory of those SFO settings that we use that slow down things. This is what I'm talking about. This suddenly becomes a far more powerful buff to get because we have reduced the research rate by default. Drain his knowledge, that's okay. Destroy him utterly, and we could get ourselves an item here. Claim his grimoire. Now, we're obviously going to take Grant and Passage for the research rate, and we're going to... Night Court Supremacy goes up by 1. That's good. I need to pay more attention to that. So let's Grant and Passage. This is for 10 turns. Boom. So here's our Night Court Supremacy. So obviously we need to increase that as much as possible. And we've got our... Well, this is interesting. This says Blood Moon is going to last for 9 more turns. When I looked at it here... Oh, no, it says duration 10. Okay. This is the only one that was duration of 1. Okay, that's on me. All right, so first things first. We need you... You can take a step outside and go into channeling stance. You can get back into the city for maximum replenishment. You can join him. Okay, our garrison is slowly improving. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I need you to recruit. Yeah, let's just recruit those skeletons. I didn't realize that that Vampire Count's units are that expensive to recruit. That feels very expensive to me. At least we don't have any more buildings that we need to upgrade, and we're looking just fine from an infrastructure standpoint. Kasabar is up to full strength now, so that's good. Let's take a look now at the research. This is what I was referring to. Our research rate is now up to 75. It was at 60, so it obviously went up by 15, but I was expecting it to go up to 85. I'm not sure why we lost an extra plus 10, but it's fine. Okay. Now, do I want to do this? No, I think at this point I'd better get you back into the army.
Very good.
We need all the strength in our army that we can get for the time being. Let's go ahead and do our diplomacy again.
Attend your king, slaves.
Okay, let's go ahead and end our turn. Chat's being very quiet today, which is fine. I just appreciate you guys being here. Would have liked to have given you a little bit of a better show here in that last fight, but you know what? That's going to happen sometimes. Okay, this is interesting. He might be moving against Volkmar. If he moves that army away from us... We'll let him. Okay, so a lost company of Bretonnian knights, remnants of a failed Grail crusade, has wandered into your domain. They are weary and ripe for manipulation, but their honor still clings to him like a fading ghost. Let them wander. So this is an ambush buff. Knight Court Supremacy goes up. Misdirect them, which is missile resistance for all characters faction-wide. That would have been useful in the previous battle, but I don't think it was the archers that were the difference makers in that fight. And challenge their faith or revenant host here. Charge bonus and unholy vitality for 1 unit. I think we're going to do let them wander. We'll take the Knight Court Supremacy. We're at 1 here. Battle healing cap is plus 25%. Character experience gains plus 25%. Binding Winds of Blood passive. Increase speed, charge, and weapon strength. Interesting. Okay. Alright. We got our skeletons here. So the reason why... No, I don't want to fight them. Even in an ambush battle, I don't want to fight them. Let's go ahead and put these 3 in there. Now we're at 12. We'll take 3 more. You can go ahead and go into... What? You're a 60% chance to ambush. I'm going to move you right here. Just in case he does decide to come closer to us to try to, like, encircle us, we'll ambush him. Or we have a chance to ambush him. Now, we're doing that, and then we could go ahead and recruit these guys as well. I think we'd better do it. Oh, I can't afford all 3 of them. Yeah, this just seems awfully expensive to me. 630 to recruit them using Raised Dead. It's a little bit more expensive than it is to just recruit them normally. We're going to go ahead and do the Cryptors and the Direwolves. Okay. We're still making good money. We have nothing to upgrade. Yes, we do, actually. I'd love to be able to build a building over here, but we need funds to do it. If I canceled that and canceled that, I could now do... Nope, I still can't do that. I could do this. This would get us an extra 100 per turn. Now we need the skeletons. We need the army strength. Okay. I'm not loving our casualty replenishment rate, but again, that is because of this right here. This health replenishment minus 10%. Okay. Yep, I'm going to leave you there. 3 more turns left on our technology. I'm not going to worry about diplomacy. Quiet but watching. Nice. That suits me fine. I do appreciate your saying hello, and I really appreciate you joining us. Yeah, I'm not sure how Chadfrid Manfred is so far in this campaign, since I've already got the one pretty embarrassing loss. However, it's fun, and that's the most important thing for me. And I think my appreciation for SFO has just gone up, because I don't usually lose battles like that this early in the campaign in particular. And I have a feeling it's because of all the advantages that we gave to the AI, but also, you know, I'll never claim to be the world's best Warhammer player. Okay, so what do we have here? We've got 17. Our replenishing is still very, very slow, however. I'm going to go ahead and recruit 3 more. Since Manfred... Not Manfred, since the enemy army there decided to turn around and run away. I'm not going to ambush anymore. And now we could go ahead and do this for 1,000. We still can't do this. We're many turns away from growth. The garrison building is 2,000, which I will want eventually, but not really a priority. I think we're going to go with this. This is 500. That works for me. Okay. At least we're about ready to get back up to a full stack. Now, however, I do worry that our full stack is going to be less powerful than their full stack because of all those Nehikara warriors that they've got. And I'll bet if we look at their faction strength here... Oh, my goodness. No. They lost a battle. Well, that changes things. Okay. Let's get one of our heroes down there to see what happened. Let's go ahead and stop the canceling. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's try to steal technology for 400. Success. Nice. Okay. And yes, so they did lose a battle. The garrison is looking very weak now. That is very unfortunate that we're not in a position to attack them this turn because we can't reach. But it's okay. It's all right. We're going to go ahead and move up to here. We're going to go ahead and do our recruiting. You move up to here. Okay. And we'll be in a position to attack next turn. If Volkmar takes it this turn, we'll be in a position to attack Volkmar, which will make the campaign more interesting. He's quite a bit stronger than we are, but it's okay. If he's this weak, presumably even a little weaker, taking Antok, then I will still make that attack. Now, Bagar, I'm going to... Let's take a look here at our garrison building. We get we get 2 Crypt Ghouls and 2 Grave Guard with this garrison building. And it turns it into a minor settlement battle. So that's an extra 4 decent units. I'm canceling this. I cannot afford this just yet, but that's what I'm going to build. I'm going to build the garrison building because I cannot afford 2 full 20 stacks to be able to defend both of these settlements. Okay. I could also upgrade this instead. I'll do that. Okay. We should still have enough money then to do the garrison building next turn. I am going to check my diplomacy this turn. Okay. Let's go ahead and do the trade agreement. That works for me. They're at war with Kimry. They're probably not going to last real long, but we'll get a little bit of money out of them while we can. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and do another end turn here. This is it's always useful to learn a humbling lesson in the beginning, but there's no reason to give up on your campaign just because you lose an important battle early in it. Okay, Kimry just wiped them out, and Volkmar did not attack. Interesting. Well, I think what I'm inclined to do is encircle, but not attack just yet. And the reason is not because I'm worried about losing the battle. It's because I feel like once they are eliminated, the faction is eliminated, I feel like Volkmar is going to be wanting to go to war with us then immediately. Let me just double check this right now. So he's only at war with the Dune Kingdoms. The Dune Kingdoms are down to a single settlement. So if we take that settlement from them, that would wipe them out. He would no longer have an enemy, which would make him more likely to declare war on us right away. Now, we're going to go to war with him before too much longer anyway, but I would rather not. I would rather it be delayed by another couple of turns because we're not really strong enough to take him on right now. So that's what we're going to do. You're at 19. I'm going to go ahead and encircle. Pyrrhic victory. If I auto-resolved it, we'd still lose plenty of units. So we're not going to do that. However, we do have room to go ahead and move that necromancer into the army. He's getting an extra 30 to our research rate. I should have looked at this. So our research rate is all the way up to 105. This is good. This is very, very good. So now we're already seeing the benefits of every little modifier that boosts research rate. We'll go ahead and get you a little closer here as well. I do not think they will sally out and attack us, but they might. And it's fine if they do. I think we'll be able to win. They have only those 3 Nehikara warriors plus the Ushabti. Oh, that's their. That's a level 5. Is that the faction leader? I feel like he should have been wounded for longer than that if it is him, because we have the wounds time here at +4. I don't know. Maybe they recruit in. They start new lords at level 5. I guess it wouldn't really surprise me. Okay, now, like I said, we're going to go ahead and do this. Boom. And we're still 7 turns away from being able to increase our upgrade our settlement buildings. Okay. Let's go ahead, double check this. Blood Moon for 6 more turns. Night Court Supremacy is still at 1. Okay. Quick check of diplomacy again. Nothing to do there. We do have 600. We cannot afford anything, but this is interesting because there are actually things to recruit here. They're just way too, they're just prohibitively expensive. Look at how expensive that is. Is that normal or is that SFO? That's got to be SFO, right? These costs. Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be SFO increasing those. Okay, that's fine. It is what it is. Let's go ahead and do another intern. Welcome, welcome to anybody who has joined the live stream recently. We already suffered 1 humiliating defeat in this campaign. Uh-oh. That's bad news right there. Kimri, he might very well be on his way down to attack Kasabar, and we're not in a very good position to defend it, are we? I'm a little bit unclear whether SFO right now is using vanilla AI or if they have incorporated Hecleus AI into the base mod. I feel like I've gotten conflicting information on that. Okay. What are we looking at? About almost 1230 here. Okay, casualty replenishment rate for subjugated human factions. I forgot. We now have vassalization that we can do. Upkeep and leadership for zombies. Leadership only for skeleton warriors and skeleton spearmen. Okay. Now it tells us to grow our armies. Okay. So, Kimri here. Cetra. Level 8. That army is probably strong enough to take Kasabar on his own. And he probably has at least one more army that he could bring down to attack with. Maybe he'll go past us towards the Bowmen of Orion. Who, they are actually reasonably strong themselves. Kimri very much does not like us, however. Wow, this is interesting. Even though we've encircled them, they still don't want peace. Okay. And Volkmar is over here now replenishing, so that's obviously a concern. I am going to race you towards Kasabar. And with the money that we currently have, I don't really want to burn it all right now on recruiting. I will recruit. I will raise dead next turn if need be. You, if we did this attack now, it's still a Pyrrhic victory. They are suffering a little bit of attrition. We would still lose a lot of units, though, if we auto-resolved it. I still am continuing the encirclement for one more turn for the same reason. I want him to continue to exist for another turn, but get weaker, which will make it easier for us. The last thing I want to do is conquer Antok and be so badly weakened by it that Volkmar can walk right in and wreck us. I guess that's really what it comes down to. You are still 3 turns away. You know what I might do here? No. I was thinking about demolishing this building and switching it over to the walls building, but we're not going to be able to build it in time. If Cetra attacks us this turn, we're pretty much hosed anyway. Okay. Raise newly dead. Yeah, well, that's what we're going to do. It's 13 turns, even with our research rate at 75. So we are still getting this plus 25 for grant him passage. I forget now what the other 30 was from. Oh, it was the steel technology. Okay, yeah, that's fine. That only lasts a couple turns. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and let's just see if there's anything we can do to make Kimri non-aggression pact. No, there's nothing we can do. Okay, well, we're just going to cross our fingers and hope he doesn't attack us this turn. Hello, hello. The mod feels like another game for me. How do I like it? Well, I like it quite a bit. There we go. That's a good sign. He backed up. I don't really know about all of the new mechanics and everything that SFO adds, so I feel like I've really only scratched the surface in terms of all that. But my understanding is that it makes the factions feel even more unique than they do in vanilla. Like, it leans into the flavor of each faction, and presumably they've done a good job balancing it. I mean, I haven't tested it enough to say for sure, but if that's what they've done and they haven't completely bricked the balance in the process, I would say there's really a lot to like. I can't say I've found anything that I dislike so far, that's really saying something for an overhaul mod. Like, I can unfortunately say that about Radius. There's things to like about Radius, but there are also things I dislike about it. So anyway, I'm not sure if that's a very good answer or not, but I really like SFO for this alone, but obviously this is only a tiny little piece of everything that SFO does. Okay, so Hexed Gemstone Pit, that's good. Our money situation is still looking good, so at least from an infrastructure standpoint, we're still looking fine. I no longer have to worry about Khemri attack. Well, at least not for one more turn. However, I do want to. I want to be over here to defend it just in case he decides to come back. I feel like Manfred here, or Chadfred, as we might want to refer to him. Never heard that before. I feel like he can certainly handle this on his own. At this point, Volkmar is just getting stronger and stronger. We're still at Pyrrhic victory. We'd still lose most of our army if we auto-resolved. I think we could do better than that if we manually fought it, but I'm just not in any hurry. Meanwhile, this settlement is getting stronger. It's getting that that garrison building built. We're getting closer to being able to level up Kasibar. So after the one huge setback that we had, I think we're doing okay for now. Yeah, the settings really are nice. I mean, I guess I'd almost like to have a version of SFO that only has these settings, but that's really asking too much. I wonder what that stance is. Empire in camp. How's that different than regular in camp? At first glance, I don't really see anything different in that tooltip compared to regular encampment stance. Okay, win 10 battles with any single hero character. You know what? We need to get, what's his name back? Kevin. We need to get him back into our army. All right, let's go ahead. I'd really like to start recruiting Graveguard, but what level are we going to have to be for that? We only have to be level 3, but we do need that building right there. And actually, we could build that building in a minor settlement. We could build that in Antok, perhaps. It's a possibility. Okay. Meanwhile, is it time? What do we think? Is this time? We would lose fewer units. How am I doing here on time? Okay. I'm going to try my luck at this again. I want to finish this this episode off with a better taste in my mouth than suffering that embarrassing defeat as the last battle that we fought. Okay, so every faction has different stances. Vamps should have a nice one too. Yeah, you know what? I didn't even really... I've looked through the stances, but none of them jumped out at me as to which one is new. I will pay more attention to that when I get back out. Okay, so... let's go ahead, get all of our skeletons here in the front. Let's get our Graveguard a little bit behind. Zombies a little bit behind. Same with the Crypt Ghouls. The Black Knights. Let's get you over here. You guys. We got pretty lucky in terms of which... when the dead rose again, which units we got back. Because we did get one of our Black Knights back, and we did get our Vargheists back. Okay, that's good enough. Let's go ahead, start the battle. We'll start moving towards them, but I'm going to again go in... I'm going to walk and just speed this up. But the longer it takes us to get there, the more Winds of Magic we will have. You guys have Invocation of Nehek. You still just have Spirit Leech. Power reserve is well over 100. Does SFO add additional Winds of Magic reserve? Because that feels quite high to me. Okay, let's go ahead and keep moving forward here. We're still, yep, we're still outside their range. Okay, I'm going to start doing a little bit of a flanking maneuver over here. And maybe one over here as well. And so all of you now here in the middle, we'll just spread you out just a tiny little bit more than you were. You get behind them. You guys can go ahead and come over here now as well. And you as well. And you guys over here. And you three over here. Okay. I think we're probably ready to go ahead and start doing this. Let's get you moving forward a little bit. So let's do this. You guys over... Actually, everybody run now. We can go ahead and get our flankers moving a bit faster. Okay, I want you guys... You guys like that. You guys over here like this. And you towards him, you towards him, you towards him, you here, towards him, towards them, towards them. Let's get you guys over here. Let's get you three all now up behind. Let's get you headed in here now as well. You guys go ahead and speed up. You guys get around behind them. And you guys go ahead and hop in right there on them. You guys get ready. Now, let's go ahead and do this. Spirit Leech, boom. Graveguard getting ready to get in there. Go ahead and hit them. Go ahead and get in on them. You guys over here. One of you on them. You get in on them as well. Okay, right here. Okay, let's get you helping out back here. All right, right here. Come on, stay on him. Let's get you guys helping out over here. Okay, I think we're doing all right here. Like I said, it's a little bit better than the last one. Let's go ahead and finish that. Over here, we've already taken care of everything over there. Hit them from behind. This is going to be where the main hold up is, but it's fine. Let's go ahead and get a heal on Manfred. Okay, you guys... Where's my Graveguard? You're still fighting over there, okay? You guys can pull back now. You guys can pull back as well. Black Knights, get over here. Let's get you around for a charge over there. The Vargeist, you guys can get up in the air. Okay, Manfred, you're still on him. Go ahead and get ready to do another Spirit Leech. This should just about end it, I think. Boom, there we go. Okay, you guys hit them. Actually, no, scratch that, hit them. Oh, what's this? Curse of Jaff? Don't know what that's all about. Melee attack minus 25 and Rampage. I wonder if they did that to us in the last fight, because that's definitely a huge, huge debuff. So they are still not wiped out yet. Look at this. Yeah, these Tomb Kings are really challenging. These Shabti over here are still doing fine. You guys, we're about to lose skeletons over here. You guys all help out right here. They're crumbling. There's only one of them left now. Okay, we're going to lose these skeletons probably, but it's fine. They might rise again. Even if they don't, I don't really care. Come on, guys. Get out of there. That one horseman is bogged down, and it's going to cause his whole unit to behave very unpredictably. Okay, I think that should just about do it. Am I wrong? There we go. Okay. So Manfred has 2 lures of magic. You can switch between them. Oh, thank you for reminding me. I actually knew that and then completely forgot about it. You can tell it's been a while since I've used him. I don't really like the overly buffed AI factions. Feels weird that their units are just so much better, especially visible in skeleton versus skeleton like this. Yeah, I agree. It's probably my fault because I did bump all of the AI buffs up to their absolute maximum. And it probably is balanced around not doing that. So that was an important lesson for me to learn. Because even if the game is winnable, when you give the AI all those buffs, that doesn't necessarily make it more fun just to make it harder, because you start seeing units behaving in a way that's not very thematic, I guess I would say. Not very immersive. So the great example that I always use is if you start giving too much of a leadership buff to Skaven, the next thing you know, the Skaven no longer behave like Skaven anymore. And the game loses something. Yeah, it adds an element of challenge, but the game loses something at the same time because it loses that thematic feel. Maybe I'm wrong about that, but that's how I look at it. So I think I've learned a valuable lesson there, which is to not go overboard on the AI buffs. Okay, there we go. Boom. We've captured our first province. We have mission successful. Apparently, we had 2 missions successful. Okay. Tomb Raider. Okay. Achieve victory. Yep, that's fine. Province secured. Spell shield gained. Faction destroyed. Okay. Issue a commandment. All right. Top Knots and Arachnos went to war. We encountered the Lizard Men. Okay, so I feel a lot better now about this campaign than I did a few turns ago, that's for sure. Now, let me take a look here. We can't change the AI strength in the middle of the game, can we? I think once you've started the game, it's set. So... yeah, so never mind, okay. We might have gotten one of our skeleton units back again. I didn't see... did we get a dead rise again? No. I'm pretty sure we lost 3 skeletons. 3 skeleton units, and we got one of them back, but we just didn't get that message. Okay, anyway, it's fine. I want to give you the hunger because it's just so good. I want to give you replenish troops, and I want to give you... yeah, we'll give you steel technology. That's fine. Spell shield. I might as well give that to Manfred here. We don't have any more ancillaries. Okay. And money-wise, obviously, we can afford to go ahead and do this. Now, here's the question. Nice. This is the building that we wanted. This is what's going to allow us to get Graveguard. However, we do have to wait for it to get all the way up to level 3. I think what we might want to do, this increases our local recruitment capacity and recruitment rank. I think that's what we're going to want to do. The growth would be nice, though. Boy, that growth is really nice. Yeah, I better take that. Okay, so let's take a look at this. You mentioned the stances. I don't think we can see all of them right there. Let's look with this guy. Okay, so we have vampiric channeling stance. I wonder if this is... Oh yeah, okay. So you're agreeing with me. Yeah, I just it's not good. It's not immersive when units just cannot win a one-on-one fight against their counterpart. Yeah, I agree with that. Particularly when you start giving them like buffs from your heroes and lords, and they still lose. Okay, anyway, so vampiric channeling, that might be the stance. Necromantic ritual, never mind. That's going to be the stance right there. So it looks like maybe each faction has maybe their own version of the base stance. Some of the base stances, like this over here, this is not just in-camp stance, it's Empire in-camp stance. This right here is not just channeling stance, it's a vampiric channeling stance. But this right here must be what you're referring to in terms of it being the new stance. Armies replenish in foreign territory, that's awesome right there. It does consume 25 campaign movement range when entering the stance. So you can't move as far, but it gives you some real benefits here, for sure. Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, what we're going to do, we're going to put you back. I'll try to start using that one more often. I'm having fun with this campaign, so I think maybe the next time I live stream, I will continue this campaign. I'm not sure when that's going to be, but we're going to want to do some recruiting here. Let's take a couple of spears plus a regular skeleton. You're at 18. From a raised dead standpoint, I want to get some grave guard. Yeah, so okay, so we definitely want these. Boom. Now, what I can do is merge some of these skeletons. Let's merge all of them. We're back down to 18. And now, 2,700. I can... Nope, I cannot quite afford both of these. Oh, halberds. Anti-large. These are anti-infantry. Let's take a look. Plus, I want to get more black knights. Okay. I'm thinking anti-large is probably not that big of a deal against Volkmar. So I'm not going to worry about the I'm not going to prioritize the halberd. I'm going to take the great weapons here. Yeah, this raised dead mechanic is just really powerful. Okay, let's go ahead and take this grave guard with great weapons. It's nice to have when you push deeper. Yeah, for sure. I can definitely see that. Okay, so that army now looking quite a bit better. Definitely strong enough to be able to defend Antok. You, Begar, you are only one turn away from getting your garrison building built, which is, it's not going to make it impregnable, but it's definitely going to help a lot. Our money situation is looking really good, and we're doing some recruiting over there. Really quickly, I'll check the diplomacy, but we're still relatively weak, so I doubt there's going to be much for us to do. Really kind of shot myself in the toe by losing that battle over here. But like I said, I feel like as long as I learn an important lesson, then it's okay to lose every once in a while, and that is definitely an example of it. All right, well, anyway, I am getting close to when I need to take a break here, so I think I'm going to take one more intern, and then I'm probably going to call it after the intern. Just now realized we've got this major battlefield right there. That's probably why we're able to get all the Grave Guard. Okay, looks like a pretty unexciting, uneventful end turn. Sure enough, okay. But we did manage to complete a mission, so that's good. Be at war with Thorek, okay, we'll get there eventually. Capture another province and research technology. That's going to take a while. That is definitely going to take a while. Ooh, that's interesting. So now Volkmar is at war with the Leafcutters. And I'm not sure where they are located. I don't remember. I feel like maybe they are... Well, you know what? If I do this... Okay, they're over here. Good to know. Okay, well, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and take a break right here. This is a campaign. I don't know. I'll think about it because I do, now that I know that I can't change the AI settings. I don't know. I might want to try it again with a different setting. But so far, I have quite favorable impressions of SFO. I'm just now noticing this vampiric corruption in our territory. Really is a beautiful game. I like some of the little touches like that they put into the game. And somebody did mention that Dynamic World does work with SFO, so I've actually been kind of tempted to add that mod into the mix as well. But for testing, I wanted to do it with just SFO part. Anyway, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Thank you, everybody, for the advice and for the company. I always appreciate it. You guys are absolute heroes in my book. And yeah, hopefully I'll get to see you in another live stream in the not too distant future. So thanks again. See you then.